Welcome to the H series of webinars. This webinar series is aimed at new and aspiring sheep producers to give them a step up into the Queensland sheep industry. This webinar is part 4 of the series and is titled Herding Foundations. It explores the basics of working sheep in an uncontrolled environment and how working dogs can be used to move sheep efficiently and effectively. This webinar was delivered by renowned stock handler and dog trainer Neil McDonald on the 9th of July 2020. This is clip 2 of 8 and covers the importance of the way that we leave livestock in the paddock.
Here's some sheep, merino sheep, at Keith in South Australia, and you can see you can get close to them without them taking fright. With one of the next thing to do from the slide that we were back on with the cattle 2 seconds ago was it's ideal if you've turned up and sheep or cattle were running from the water, you'd need to get in there with the ute, the bike, the horse, and try to get to the other side of the mob. I'll say round them up, but it's not really the chosen word, and work the cattle in a fashion so that when they turn from the water and run, you get in front of them and turn them back to the water. So every time they go to run away, they feel pressure, and when they turn and go back to the water, you give them relief. So then they learn not to run from the water. Fudge has got a real good quote. You've got to learn to leave the livestock, not the livestock leave you. And that's super, super important. So that's what you do if you don't have dogs. You just get into the paddock with whatever form of transport you've got and hold them from running and turn them back onto the water. But if you got to this situation with dogs and you had capable dogs, then if those animals were trotting off into the bush, you'd send your dogs to bring them back and hold them. And that would be really good dog training. A lot of people say we don't have enough work for working dogs because they're probably only working them at shearing time or crutching time. Whereas if you're taking them around on the back of the ute and you can see sheep or cattle, we're talking sheep, of course, this time, but if you can see livestock running from the water, then that's a real good opportunity to be schooling your dogs and giving them an opportunity to work and learn to work livestock. And those sheep are getting a practice during the year at being held by dogs. It's very important that when you leave a paddock, you try to have the livestock facing you. We'll see more slides later of that, but see these sheep are all looking to our right. If you didn't have enough dogs, expertise, or these sheep were too roguey, what you'd need to do is exit it from the paddock to the right so that when you leave the paddock, they're facing you. The old timers say you always find sheep how you left them, not where you left them. So if you put sheep in a paddock and they put their heads from you and their bums to you and they run when they get into the new paddock, you can just about bet your bottom dollar that next time you go to the paddock, they're going to be doing exactly that with their heads away from you, their bums to you, and they'll be running. So it's the way you collect your livestock today is greatly determined by how you left them or how you handled them last time.
Thank you for watching this short clip. For more information, please visit www.leadingsheep.com.au.